Starting in December, a new series will begin entitled Journeys to Peace, Snapshots of the Israeli-Palestinian Conflict. We take this journey because events are never what headlines make them out to be. For decades, we have been flooded with powerful images related to the tragic nature of this conflict. First, there was the Holocaust. Then there were the wars, followed by terrorism in various guises. To better understand this history, we will look behind the scenes and consult multiple points of view. We will hear from analysts, people who have spent the better part of their lives focusing on this conflict. We will hear from participants, those who have lived through the horror of it. And we will hear from eyewitnesses, those who were there and observed what was happening firsthand. In order to broaden our understanding, we will contrast these with what is typically presented by the mass media. These perspectives represent an authentic look at what is happening on the ground. All are compelling, and all provide much food for thought. Some are Jewish. We'll hear from Rabbi Brian Walt, who is co-founder of the Jewish Fast for Gaza and is a former director of the Rabbis for Human Rights North America. And we'll hear from Mark Braverman, an author and speaker whose latest book is entitled Fatal Embrace. Some are Israeli. Jeff Halper is an American who has lived in Israel for 35 years. He is founder and current director of the Israeli Committee Against House Demolitions. We'll hear also from Yehuda Shaul, a former member of the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, and co-founder of Breaking the Silence, which gives Israeli soldiers a chance to talk about, in confidence, their experience in the occupied territories. Some are Palestinian. Daoud Nassar is an Israeli-Palestinian who lives in a cave because his home has been demolished and he cannot live above ground. We'll hear from Mazen Faraj, a Palestinian whose father was killed by an Israeli sniper. And in January, we will add 2 additional perspectives. Norm Finkelstein, a noted authority on this conflict as well as on the politics of the Holocaust. He spoke recently at Harvard Law School on his latest book, This Time We Went Too Far. And we'll hear from Dr. Nurit Peled Elhanan, an Israeli. Nurit is a lecturer in language education at Tel Aviv University. Her 13-year-old daughter was killed by a suicide bomber. For dates and times, either consult this website or write to peacejourneys@gmail.com.